were impounded by authorities in DR Congo.
Our passports have currently been confiscated, but they are conducting their investigations to determine our culpability or innocence.
And their sports.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko can finally return to the Babaya Stadium following completion of renovation works.
And it's a Friday. We definitely have the funny side of the electioneering campaign.
Unipa yamakelo fail yakwako fana bio. Hey, Era Mahama, do so. I don't understand whether he means I'm no longer a citizen of Ghana.
If you lie, you will not go to heaven. At his age, he should be preparing his soul for heaven, so he should stop lying.
That's and more in this afternoon's edition of the Midday News. I am Emefa Apawu. Please do stay on for details. This is your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Let's hit the election headquarters.
Election Headquarters is brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, Chopbox Technology, a convenient service, German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental, Wellness and Beauty, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants CIMA, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants AICPA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Youth Break Foundation, bridging the gaps for positive youth development. Syntex Tanks, Air Strong, Air Tough, Potential Real Estate, your trusted partner in real estate. Deluxe Paints, Paints Mu Champion.
And this afternoon, Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensa, has disclosed exclusively to Joy News that the Electoral Commission will conclude all election-related processes, deployments and training today in readiness for the 2024 general elections, which is just 8 days away. Despite some setbacks in recent times, Jean Mensa told my colleague Blessed Soga that the EC is ready to conduct the elections freely, starting with a special voting on Monday.
My message is that they should come out in their numbers and vote in an orderly manner.
We're hoping that it will be a peaceful exercise. You have added your call for peace. We know that the political parties also have a role to play. What are you sending out to them in terms of helping the exercise and making it a success?
Well, on the part of the Commission, we commit to carrying out transparent, robust electoral processes and elections come election day. And as indicated during my presentation, we would announce the will of the people that is expressed at the polls. It is the will of the people that is expressed at the polls that will be announced. And we entreat all the presidential candidates to accept the outcomes of the result.
We're just 9 days away. Are we ready?
We are. I think we are ready. All our materials on the field, our training has taken place. It comes to an end. But in all our materials that are in place, we have a good supply of equipment. Our officers are well trained and we are ready.
Electoral Commission Chairperson Jean Mensa, in spite of the assurance of the EC's readiness, the outfit has reported a shortage of presidential and parliamentary ballot papers for 5 constituencies in the voter region. The affected constituencies Keta, Ketu North, Ho Central, Hohoi and Ho West. The Commission says it has moved swiftly to address the issue, planning to print additional ballots at Axe Commercial's printing house. Well, Deputy Director of Elections with the NDC, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, is unhappy with the errors.
We have serious challenges with the Electoral Commission, the way and manner they are handling these issues. Because initially, we all agreed the processes and the tenets upon which the ballots are going to be printed. Now, afterwards, we started experiencing these challenges upon challenges. It doesn't augur well for the statute or the credibility of the Electoral Commission. For instance, the issue of the voter region is as a result of statistical mistakes or errors that we've identified. Because if you look at the shortfall, it emanates from the Electoral Commission own statistics. Okay, the statistics they generated and sent to the print houses were not correct. Last minute, we saw it last minute. And we indicated that to them.
Well, we've been also hearing from the NPP Director of Elections, Evans Nimako. He's hopeful all errors will be corrected before the elections.
I think for us as New Patriotic Party, We've been monitoring this exercise. And if you appreciate printing of ballot papers, you understand that when the EC had generated ballot statistics that take care of the number of people per polling station, and with a certain percentage increase to take care of challenges on election day. Printing is done based on those numbers. And then at the printing houses, there are political party agents who must see to it that the numbers will meet the statistics as have been generated. But it's human thing, and therefore there can be some challenges. This is not the first time the EC is bringing to our attention some of these shortfalls.
Evans Nemaku there. Well, we know there's an incident in the eastern region about a broken seal or some broken seals on about 3 bags containing ballot papers. The police has issued a prompt statement on the issue. Kwekwa Santi joins me in studio with what it says.
So according to this police statement, they wish to inform the public that an incident involving the broken seal of one electoral material bag in Koforidua intended for distribution to one of the constituencies within the eastern region has successfully been resolved. It has been revealed that when the bags were removed from the armory, one of the seals was found to be off. It has been established that this occurred as a result of the packing and unpacking of the bags. The broken seal has been found and the contents of the bag have been confirmed to be intact by stakeholders including the Electoral Commission and reps of political parties who witnessed the incident. Emefa.
Okay, thank you very much. Quick question today, giving us update from the police on that reported incident of a tampering of seals of some ballot bags in the eastern region. Let me take you live to the EC headquarters as we speak. There's an IPAC meeting underway, and my colleague James Aveji is there for joins us on the line. James, let's talk about the key issues on the table for discussion today.
Well, I must say that the meeting is yet to begin, but we know the EC in the last few days have been laying down some final modalities as part of the issues that would govern the elections as far as accreditation and coalition of results are concerned. And you know, we the media have also had our fair share of that. So today the EC is expected to meet the political parties to discuss what the package is from the commission for them as well. But of course, that latest announcement about some shortfall of printing ballots is expected to feature strongly because both the NDC and the NPP have raised some concern, although the NPP is hopeful that the errors will be concerned. The Director of Election also indicated to me that he will be raising that at the meeting as well to get an official response from the Electoral Commission. So those are the 2 key issues we expect to feature strongly at today's meeting.
And you can report that as we speak, all the stakeholders, key stakeholders to participate in today's IPAC meeting have already arrived?
The political parties, including reps from the EU election observers as well as other stakeholders, are all seated. We are an hour into the time that the meeting is supposed to start, but the commission is yet to sit for that meeting. We expect a long day today as well.
That's my colleague James Aveji there giving us an update from what we expected from that IPAC meeting, which is yet to start. We hit the campaign trail and we'll start from the Greater Accra region where President Akufo-Addo is beginning his campaign tour of the region. And first on his agenda is the inauguration of the Obechebi-Lamte interchange here in Accra, a major project aimed at reducing traffic congestion and improving connectivity in the city. The Obechebi-Lamte circle we know is a major roundabout that links Kaneshie to Accra through Graphic Road, Kaneshie to the Kwame Nkrumah interchange, and then Kaneshie to the spare parts hub of Abusokai. My colleague Blessed Suga is there for us, and when we're able to reach him, we'll bring you updates from that inauguration ceremony. But the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has taken his campaign to the OT region to make his final pitch to voters in the region. Dr. Bawumia, who has been crisscrossing the country to consolidate his party's base and attract undecided voters, is scheduled to visit multiple constituencies within the OT region. My colleague Kenneth Jesse is with the Bawumia campaign team. He will join us shortly. But first, let's hear from Dr. Bawumia, who is promising to deal with corruption in the premix market. He made this promise when he paid a courtesy call on the Gamanche here in Accra yesterday.
Our fishermen have a problem with premixed fuel, and so I've come up with the new idea that because of so much corruption involved in the premixed fuel distribution, let us move away from premixed fuel and go for outboard motors which use solar power to power the outboard motors. So our fishermen don't have to buy premixed fuel anymore. When the sun is shining, they have their fuel. So we have brought in the solar powered outboard motors. This thing has begun. We did it in Apam. On Wednesday, we are going to Tema. We are going to bring in all the chief fishermen so that we demonstrate, so that everybody will see how this solar powered outboard motors is working. We believe that it will make the fishermen very rich because they don't have to spend a lot of money on fuel anymore.
My colleague Kenneth Jesse is in the OT region, joins us on the line with updates on what the Vice President is up to. Walk us through it, Kenneth.
Well, sir, three constituencies.
Oh no, we'll have to reconnect to Kenneth. The network is terrible. We'll try and reconnect to my colleague Kenneth Jesse in the OT region with the Balmia campaign. Let me try again. Kenneth?
Yes.
Much better now.
Yes, so I'm saying that the Vice President is expected in three constituencies in the OT region today, which are the Yakuye, Buem, and then the Guan constituencies. At Yakuye, he will have a stakeholders engagement at the RC Church in Kunya, to hold a rally at the school park and then proceed to have some Juma prayers. At Buem also, he will have a stakeholders engagement with the chiefs in the area, and then proceed to the Guan constituency, which will be voting to have its first MP years and messages to help him win the elections. And he continues with the policies of the governing New Patriotic Party, like the free senior high schools.
Unfortunately, I have to terminate that call to my colleague Kenneth Jesse. I can hardly hear him. But let me turn our attention to the camp of the NDC, and the presidential candidate John Dramani Mahama is set to take his campaign to the NPP stronghold, the Ashanti region, as the campaign reaches its home stretch. Well, some weeks now, he met with the clergy and members of the creative arts industry in the region. However, this time, he will take the campaign outdoors as it enters the final stretch. Maxwell Agbagba is with the team. Maxwell, before we talk about Ashanti region, we know also that John Mahama called on the Gamanche while he was in Accra yesterday. Tell us more about that. I've lost my colleague Maxwell Agbagba as well. It's a Friday and the phone lines will not allow me to hear the campaign trail, but definitely I'll bring you the funny side of the campaign trail shortly. Let's talk about some other stories now. In 24 hours after the Peace Pact was signed, the National Peace Council strongly pushed back against critics questioning the binding power of the pact. Council Chairman Reverend Dr. Ernest Edujemfi tells Joy News that the pact is not mere ink on paper, but a commitment to peace by the candidates who will be held accountable by the dictates of the pact. We'll get to hear from him shortly. First, excerpts of the ceremony here in the following report.
After weeks of attempts to secure a fourth peace pact ahead of the 2024 general elections, the National Peace Council succeeded in getting the committal of all 12 presidential candidates.
Today's ceremony is a testament to the commitment of the presidential candidates to peaceful elections and a peaceful country.
The long road to Thursday's ceremony came with concerns about lack of full implementation of previous peace pacts. NDC candidate John Mahama says there must be more to the pact than putting pen to paper.
All the efforts at building peace before, during and after the 2024 elections would come to naught or be undermined if there is mistrust and insincerity.
Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia charged his colleagues to uphold the tenet of peace as he pledged, saying,
I therefore wholeheartedly pledge my commitment to working within the rules and to collaborate with all to ensure a peaceful election.
On behalf of the judiciary, The Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu also pledged to uphold the constitutional mandate in ensuring peace and justice.
Through these assurances, we express our utmost accountability to the national peace effort.
Meanwhile, Chairman of the National Peace Council, Reverend Dr. Enesedu Jemfi, charged the candidates to keep their supporters in check to avoid any form of violence.
We would like to appeal to the political parties and the presidential candidates to refrain from doing anything that will prop their followers into violence.
Listen to the presidential candidates committing to peace.
The day the power of love overrules the love for power, the world will know peace. I stand for peace and development. Peace is possible.
We are all here to make Ghana a better place, a lively place, and a happy place. Let's be domesticated.
The Ghana Union movement, we stand for peace. We call for peace.
The only person that when you cast your vote on, that will bring peace is Kofi Apawu.
Definitely NDP committed to peace.
All of us are a very peaceful nation. Do what you know is right. And when there's justice and fairness, all of us will embrace the results of this election.
Let us all pledge to promote peace during these elections. We owe it to ourselves, to our children and future generations to preserve the peace and stability that our dear country Ghana has enjoyed for so long.
We must all have a role in making sure that this country is peaceful before, during, and after the election. Ghana will win, and we will have a peaceful country. A new vision movement and the team of Kofi Krantin embrace peace. Ghana will win.
Now to election day, we shall all act peacefully, and the outcome shall bring glory to God, and Ghana shall be the winner.
May peace guide our actions, and may democracy prevail in its truest form.
Honorable Alan John Kojo Chomating and his movement for change are totally committed to the peace of our nation before, during, and after this election.
You heard the presidential candidates and their representatives as they appear on the ballot paper pledging peace. Well, the Electoral Commissioner, Jean Mensah, pledged to ensure transparency and fairness, urging candidates to accept the results to maintain the peace. We've been hearing also from the chairman of the National Peace Council. He's been addressing concerns about the binding nature of the pact on politicians.
The pact talks about 7 key things. One, they commit themselves and their supporters to a peaceful election. 2, they commit to accept the results of the election. 3, to restrain their supporters from resorting to violence in the aftermath of the election. 4, to commit to judicial resolution of all election disputes. And 5, to take all the appropriate measures to deepen the democracy of Ghana, to also preserve our well-deserved reputation among the community of nations. And then also to pledge to fully cooperate with security agencies to ensure the protection of lives, property, and the rights of all citizens. So these are the main commitments. In the last election, when everything was done and NDC decided to go to the streets, it was this pact we used to negotiate with them to move out of the streets and go to court, because they had signed this and we persuaded them with the same document to go to court. In previous elections, we have used the same pact to persuade some others to concede.
Well, that's Reverend Dr. Enesedu Jemfi there, the chairman of the National Peace Council. Meanwhile, the United Nations, the United States of America, and many more have released statements commending Ghana for the initiative. My colleague, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson, joins me in studio with details. What are they saying?
So the statement from the UN is by the Special Representative of the Secretary General, head of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel, Leonardo Santos Simao, and he's welcomed the signing of the pact and assuring Ghana of the United Nations commitment to support them during the elections. Also from the United States, the United States is commending the presidential candidates for signing the pact and congratulating the National Peace Council and the Institute of Democratic Governance for their tireless stewardship for this important initiative, and they are also pledging their support to Ghanaians during and after the elections, Emefa.
Okay, thank you very much, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Let's go back on the trail, and my colleague Maxo Agbagba joins us on the line now from the Ashanti region, where the former president John Dramani Mahama is starting his campaign tour once again in the region. Maxwell, I was asking you earlier about the visit to the Gamanche yesterday and what actually transpired.
However, during the meeting with the government chair, John Mahama emphasized his commitment to partner with chiefs and other traditional authorities to promote Ghana's rich festivals. He said these festivals are more than just celebrations. He says there are opportunities to promote cultural tourism, boost local economies, and also show our heritage to the world. He says by working closely with traditional leaders, we can enhance the visibility and impact of our festivals and benefit our communities. He's also been talking about empowering traditional leaders if the NDC is elected in December. He says,
take us to the Ashanti region now, Maxwell.
In governance.
And to the Ashanti region today?
Yes, he's heading to the Ashanti region today. We know the MPP has 42 seats. In the Ashanti region, the NDC has 4 seats. The NDC is looking forward to increasing its votes for the presidential candidate, John Mahama, and also increasing its parliamentary seats in the region, including keeping the Asawasi constituency seat. There's been a lot of retail campaigning by the NDC in the region, and the tour by the presidential candidate will conclude the campaign here in the south.
Thank you very much. That's my colleague Maxo Agbagba there giving us updates on the campaign tour of the former president John Dramani Mahama. Well, we'll return from the break shortly here on the Midday News live on Joy 99.7 FM hits, 103.9 FM in Accra, Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, myjoyonline.com. Midday News is made possible by Petrol Soul Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. We'll touch base with the Wonderlands team. We're told they've suspended the ambitious 30,000-kilometer cross-country expedition after 2 of its vehicles allegedly reported stolen in Canada were impounded by authorities in DR Congo. Then, the funny side of the electioneering campaign.
Hey, Mahama, do so. I don't understand whether he means I'm no longer a citizen of Ghana.
If you lie, you will not go to heaven. At his age, he should be preparing his soul for heaven. So he should stop lying.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricant. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricant, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
Efia, I've been thinking. Have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kojo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS, and now she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Efia, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kojo. The NPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I can swap to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the car cashier. Prizes are cashier in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest
Star 712 hash.
luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah, the luckiest.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's do sports. Fentuo Tahiru Fentuo is here.
Yes, and I have good news for you. Kumasi Asante Kotoko for the first time this season will return to the Babaya Stadium for their remaining home matches in the league following completion of renovation works at the facility. If you remember, the stadium was closed down in September following CAF's decision to withdraw its license to host matches. That situation forced Kotoko to host their games at the Obuasi Clay Stadium, and for now, they will play just one more match in Obuasi on Sunday in the FTNFA Cup before saying goodbye to Obuasi and return to their home grounds. That's all the sports.
Can't wait for game plan much later. See you soon. Well, a Ghanaian travel group, Wanderlust, has suspended its ambitious 30,000 kilometer cross-country expedition after 2 of its vehicles, allegedly reported stolen in Canada, were impounded by authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Kwame Pepra has been telling us more.
Our beloved Lexus RX 350 impounded in Congo because apparently it was reported stolen to Interpol. But this report is coming 5 years after the theft. We purchased in good conscience, not knowing it was stolen. It was actually the fourth buyer. He is actually the fourth owner. The Tacoma was purchased in 2022. Before purchase, a Carfax report was checked. We checked with Ghana Customs. The car was clean. We've used the car for 2 years. It was reported stolen to Interpol in 2024, 2 years after purchase. Our passports have currently been confiscated, but they are conducting their investigations to determine our culpability or innocence.
Well, that's a story we'll definitely be following up on for you. Now, in 8 days, Ghana will head to the polls and parties and candidates are campaigning in full swing. Of course, there's a funny side. Prince Kwame Kudoga has put it together for you.
This week, President Akufo-Addo himself was all out campaigning for his vice president, insisting he has a stake in the elections.
The former president says that this contest is between him and Bawumia. I should keep out of it. I don't understand whether he means I'm no longer a citizen of Ghana or what. I am not going to keep quiet today, and I'm not going to keep quiet tomorrow.
President Akufo-Addo also has this to say about why John Mahama should not be president again.
Unipa Yamake no fail. Yakwakofa no bio. Hey, Naira Mahama, do so.
I expect that when MPP is telling lies, they'll leave it to the younger ones to do. And when the senior ones like Nana Akufo-Addo says that Dumso was not solved before we came, Dumso had been solved. If you lie, you will not go to heaven. At his age, he should be preparing his soul for heaven. So he should stop lying.
Saying that I came to office by telling lies to the Ghanaian people. What are the lies I told? Dumso was my making. I lied about Dumso. Then he's trying to find a way to excuse himself.
Well, MPP running mate Matthew Opoko Perempe has his shot, and of course, you know the target, John Dramani Mahama.
He went to campaign in Western region. In Zema, he saw a guy coming. Was you here about next day the MP? See, look at the infatuation about asses. Is this the kind of person you want to lead your country?
But Napo has this advice for university students.
Even for the students who like partying like myself, we just did it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Everybody near there, yeah, break. What's the class now? Our children there. If you don't chill, if you are in university and you don't chill, you have missed your last chance of chilling.
You want to know the prayer President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was God answers on December 7th.
Also for big class on the Obompire say, Odu dem wa Mahama Krabe to am about me. Ozini pa boke se no. No nim say bemwa ebefe.
The next 8 days promises to be interesting, keeping us all on our toes. Prince Kwame Kudoga's report for Joy News.
And that's how we end today's edition of the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM, Hits 103.9 FM. We'll bring you entertainment news there. We've also been live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. Living Word with Pastor Mensah Otabil is up next. Don't hold back. Please do stay. I am Emefa Apawu. Have a good afternoon.